In today's video, we're going to be taking a bit of a deeper dive into looking at how you find the right tenants. And we're joined by Klaudia, who is the resident managing agent of Harvey Real Estate. Klaudia, it's awesome to have you on the video. You've been doing this a little while now and you've built up a great reputation as a lettings manager across Harvey. But one of the key things that clients always ask us, whether it's a deal that's starting out, if it's a new landlord, or if it's people that have been doing this for years, is how on earth do you find the right tenants for the properties? How do you go about doing it?
Yeah, so first thing I would mention on the beginning is definitely to establish what kind of tenants you actually want in your property. If that's either going to be an HMO house or just a residential property for a family. Based on that, we can then establish who we're looking for, what kind of people we gotta bring to the viewings, and how we gotta move forward. Then obviously one of the main things is definitely to do the right credit check, right?
Yeah.
That's something we definitely have to do as soon as possible. That's where we gotta check if the tenants actually are very honest with us, how they act, what they gotta tell us about themselves. We can then obviously check what they do for work, what kind of income that they've got for the household as well.
Yeah, and I guess that ultimately results in tenants that are going to be paying their rent to the landlord, which makes all of the sense. That's ultimately why they do it in the first place.
Exactly. So probably point number 4 will be to do a reference check with the previous landlord if they already been renting a property. We can also do like character reference check as well, which can be just any kind of, a friend, somebody that knows you for a long time that can say to us something good about you.
That makes a lot of sense. And I guess ultimately the goal here really is to make sure that you're building a bigger story around who the tenant is, what their past is like, so that you can make a good idea on what the future is going to be like with the landlord.
Exactly. This is why for me important is how, what's going to be my third impression with the tenants. It's very important for me for them to have the first good impression about me, because I'm obviously acting on behalf of our company, which is very important for us as well. But then also I'm going to look into how they behave, how they act, what kind of questions they're gonna ask me about as well, because that's gonna tell me a lot about them and about how important it is for them to find that right accommodation. Another thing is, for example, it's very good to ask them why they actually choosing that property, if they are looking for something in the area, if they have family living near, or for example if they just have the school for the kids, so they just want to be close to them.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And again, we see that so often, especially in South Wales, where as you go more into the valleys, families grow up in those valleys and they tend to stay there, and all of their friends and the rest of the family migrate to the same area just because it's what they've always known, and actually creates that family atmosphere as well.
Exactly. We also need to remember that Newport has about 1,500, is 150,000 people living in Newport. So if we look into small specific areas around Newport, that's gonna be much lower amount, like numbers, which can give us a good impression of what people would like to live outside of Newport and even in different cities.
Yeah.
Even if you move further down to Cardiff and then Swansea.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Well, that's been awesome. Thanks ever so much for giving us your insights on that. Again, if you are looking for a good letting agent, Klaudia is absolutely fantastic and covers a wide range of areas around the Newport region of South Wales. So please get in touch on the contact details below and make sure that you have a chat with her to understand how not only her, but we as Harvey can support you with letting out your property and managing that as well. So don't forget to stay in touch with us, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and we look forward to catching up with you again very, very soon. Take care.